Hello everyone and welcome back to the final part of my Crash Bandicoot 1 Let's Play on the N.Sane Trilogy. So we kind of backfired on the last part here, lads. Then sadly I couldn't get all of the last islanding on the full video because sadly PlayStation only allowed me to have 60 minutes maximum to record, which was disappointing. Sadly, I was just short of like 2 levels. That's all I had to do, and of course beat Cortex, and that was it. But never mind. I mean, we'll just get another part in there. Simple as that. So this is going to be our last part, then, guys. We're going to be doing the last 2 levels in the game. This is going to be the hardest platinum relic in the game as well. We'll be doing, which is the labs. We're also going to get the last colour gem as well. This is the yellow gem we're going to be getting on this one. So yeah, I mean, this one definitely, for the normal level going through this isn't too bad. Not a problem really at all. Pretty short level overall and all for a final level and all, thankfully. But the platinum relic, when we're going to do the platinum relic, guys, this one took quite a few tries. This one's definitely the hardest one in the game by far, not including the last level, the bonus level, you know, the one what you got for DLC, not including that one. That one's like the added version of Slippery Climb, but I mean not including that one. But in the base game alone, what we're doing right now, it is definitely by far the hardest one, and quite a few other Crash fans have said the same thing. Definitely this one is definitely the hardest one in the game to actually beat and get the platinum. If you're going for all the platinums, that's if you are. What you want to try and do for this one, you want to try and hold off when you first start the level. Just basically hold fire for about 3 seconds before you begin to start, and then go for it. It's another one of them electric things you want to try and go through. It's all about momentum and pacing yourself, really. You can only probably stop one time at the whole point of the level, which you'll see. So I'm going to literally show you that in a minute there when we get this last coloured gem right now. But yeah, this is going to be the final episode, guys, man. We've literally got through Crash Bandicoot 100%. Well, technically 105% by the time I've done all this. Literally in 4 parts. So we've literally smashed through this game so quickly compared to my CTR, which took, what was it, 14 parts I think it was, which took on my CTR. That was crazy. I mean, compared to like 4 parts which took me on here. But yeah, like this one, guys, this one did take a lot of time to do, to get the platinum relic. The gold relic, if you're going for the gold, it's quite a lot of time spare, really. But if you're going for the platinum, it's so tight what you have to get for the time wise, what you need to get. I'm sure it's like 46 seconds you're allowed, and that's it. I think I do it in about 43 or 44. So if you're watching me right now, you're seeing like I'm literally just go without stopping. Keep going, just no stopping. If you look closely up there, the momentum what I've got going on there, the electric barriers, I'm just missing the little electric bolts what are going left and right. The only time where I have to stop is at the end right here. So yeah, I've done it in 44 seconds right there. 44 seconds, and the platinum relic time is 46 seconds, the requirement to get this one done. So it's definitely the hardest one in the game for the platinum relic time. Right then, we're going to be going on to the last level before I forget. You'll see there, lights out, I've actually got the coloured gem and the platinum relic already. But again, I had some problems with my recording before, so for whatever reason it didn't record when I was doing it, which was a pain in the arse, and now it's not letting me show you actually me picking it up. So what I've had to do for this one, I'm just going to go through the level as I did before. I'm going to get all the boxes. There's not many boxes at all, to be fair, on this one. All you need to do really is go through half the level, as you see me earlier in the last part, And then the only difference is because we've got the yellow coloured gem, we're just going to take the gem route and we're going to get the last few boxes which are hidden like in the roof area. That's where it takes you. And you'll basically get the purple gem right there and then. And then we're going to go straight away. After that, we're going to go get the platinum relic. Get that out the way and sorted. And that'll be every single platinum relic in the game, which is brilliant. So the plan is then, once we've got these last two things out the way, all the levels completed, all the relics completed, what we're going to do then, we're going to go through the secret area just before we fight Cortex, which is the Great Hall. And you see like these crystal like platforms, what we're seeing on here, but crystal form. They represent your gems, what you collected. But we can't go through all of those yet. That's basically the secret ending, what you can take. So, I can technically do that straight away if I wanted to, but I wanted to show you like the normal ending first. We're going to beat Cortex. We're going to beat Cortex, the normal boss first, and I'll show you the normal ending first. When we beat Cortex, we'll go through the credits, usual thing. And after that, I'm going to go through the last 6 or 8 levels which required the colour gems, because we did actually have to backtrack to those ones there because we were missing the colour gems before, so we have got to go back and do those right now. Thankfully there's only 8 levels we have to go and do, and they're not very long either. There's a couple on the first island and a couple on the second island. One of them's on the icy bridge, and a couple on the boulder levels and all. But overall though guys, really easy. So we've basically just mastered the game now, pretty much everything's done. So yeah, I mean like that's what we're going to do then. I'm going to get them last 8 coloured clear gems, get them out the way, and then I'm going to go back on myself and go through the Great Hall, which takes us to the secret ending, and we'll have like the hidden secret ending, the true ending, shall we say, to what happens to Crash and his lover girlfriend Crash Bandicoot, which also never makes an appearance again until well, actually, when does she make an appearance? Oh yeah, Crash Bandicoot 4. What, 20 years later? I know she did make a little brief appearance in Twin Sanity as well, but I mean, that was pretty much it, so I don't really count that really as much. So we're going to go to the Great Hall then, guys. We're going to go through this, and then we're just going to straight away just fight Cortex. Cortex is another very easy boss, really, overall. All he does is fire his gun at you. Of course, I can't help myself here. I had to do a bit of trolling with Cortex as well, just like I did with Embryo. I had to just spin it. I mean, technically, I should be able to spin him when he comes really close right there, but for whatever reason, it doesn't allow you to hit him when he comes close to you. Reality, though, that would have knocked him off completely. He's a little hoverboard there. Well, that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Beat the last boss, easy. Just wait till he comes close to you and just spin him off his little hoverboard. Easy. So yeah, pretty much the momentum for this one is just avoid his gunshots here, his little laser bolts. You'll have a few little horizontal ones, a few little up and down ones. Just avoid those the best you can, and pretty much spin the little orange balls what he fires at you, and then you'll build up like a big bolt, shall we say. So look, you got the second tier one there. We've got one more to hit him. And then we got to do that like 2 more times, and then we beat him pretty much. But the strange thing is though, with the normal ending, what you see here, you see Cortex. Well, you'll see it in a minute. Actually, you'll see it in a minute. But it basically like, even though I don't know if that's the true ending or what, but it's basically like you see Cortex like flying off his hoverboard, and that's like the intro from Crash 2. What we're going to see right now. Ta-da! Cortex's castle is all on fire. I don't know where that come from, but yeah, let's just go along with it. See ya, Cortex. And there's Torna right there. holding Crash. Crash is loving it. Look at him. He can't wait to get hold of it. Hey, look at the size of Torna though compared to her. She's like, what, 6 foot, and like Crash is only like 3 foot. Fair play, Crash. He scored well there, lads. Fair play. But yeah, that's the basically that's like the intro for Crash 2 then. Like it continues on to Crash 2, and you see it carries on from where Cortex is like flying off his little hoverboard there where you beat him on the first game, and then you see him flying all the way down, and it goes on from there, from Crash 2. As you guys have probably definitely played Crash 2 and Crash 3 most likely. But I mean, yeah, that's it then guys. That's the base game completed. 100% completed. Everything's done. So really now is we just gotta wait through the credits, just like CTR, let these roll through, blah blah blah, whoever made the game, blah blah blah. Also shows you a few, the people who got the best times for the relic races, relic challenges, whatever. A bit later on, I think it shows you all the crazy times, what people have gotten and all that. No idea. It still baffles me how they got them times, really. I couldn't get them times, to be honest. Too much time. I ain't got them time to do that. Platinum Relics is just enough for me. I'm happy with doing that. Getting the Platinum Relics, I'm completely happy with that. CTR was quite an exception because I actually got quite really good times on them. Even though I weren't trying to go for like top tier like times for all them. My main goal just for that one, just getting all the Platinum Relics on that one, just like this one. I was just like 50-50 when I was first doing this Crash Bandicoot 1. I was just thinking, I'll just do a normal playthrough. I wasn't going to go for like all Platinums. I was just going to go through just getting all the clear gems and all the coloured gems, just like the original one was, really. But I was thinking, well, I got CTR, get that 101% completed. I actually got all the Platinums, got the true ending for CTR, so I thought, I'll keep the momentum going. Let's do for Crash 1 as well. I'll get all the Platinum Relics on that one as well. Even though it's not required to get the 100% or 105% completion for doing that. I've just done that as a little extra for you guys, really. I thought you'd enjoy watching me going through and conquering all the Platinum Relics, shall we say. Not just getting the relics, but actually getting all the Platinum Relics, you know. Just getting a one-up over than the normal standard playthrough. Well, why not? I'll do that for you. You know, that's the type of lad I am. Always looking out for you guys, you know what I mean? Giving you the best entertainment as possible, so you enjoy it. But yeah, I mean, that's the plan then, guys, really, what I was talking about. I never did actually mention about the music for this one either, for Crash Bandicoot 1. All of these are like remastered / remake, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, I mean, comparing it to the original, I really do wish they did give you an option to basically put legacy mode on, just like they did with, I know they did it with CTR, but that was like later on after they brought out the N.Sane Trilogy. But I reckon they should have done like a little update and just added it in there. I mean, it couldn't have been that hard to do, really. You know, surely just added the little legacy mode in there. Just to have the retro music, you know, just had a bit more, you know, another option for us retro lads who grew up with the originals and enjoyed the actual old school music. Because some of the music, yeah, especially for Crash 2, and probably some for Crash 3 as well, I actually prefer the original soundtracks compared to the remastered version. I'll give you an example. If you remember a bit of level on Crash Bandicoot 2, Rocket, now that had actually a killer drum and bass, well, drummer kit to it, which actually sounded badass, man. I mean, especially the pre-console version, it just literally just kicked in there big time. Absolutely loved it. Now, when I heard the remastered version on the N.Sane Trilogy, it was alright, but it didn't have that. I don't know what it is with some of this music on these ones, especially, and another one, the Boulder level. The old school PS1 music had that kick, you know, like intimidating sound effects, what you want, man, like, you know, a bit of fear in it and all that. This one, like, you know, when I heard this one, it just like toned right down. It just didn't sound like it's like menacing. That's the word I was thinking of, menacing, what you really want. And you know, it just missed out on that, which really I think should have brought that back. You know, say for like the boulder level, you know, it had that intimidating, like, you know, you better run, or else you're gonna get squished here, lad. Get your ass moving. You better run towards us and get your ass out of there, man. Come on, get as quick as possible out of there. But like, I don't know, I just don't have the same feeling with the N.Sane Trilogy version. It just don't seem as tense and, you know, fearful as it once was, and I reckon that's what was missing from it. But I mean, some of the tracks have been decent, like Upstream, Up the Creek, that was okay, they were pretty decent, very similar to the original tracks. But also, like, some of them were missing that though, that's what I'm trying to get at. Which really, I reckon they should have brought back. But yeah, so after these credits anyway, those lads, we are going to be going through the last 8 clear gems, what we're going to go through. And we're going to beat, well, I'm going to show you the final true ending anyway of Crash Bandicoot 1. But that's a bit of a weird thing really though. It's, you do all this work and get all these clear gems and all the colour gems in the game. But when you go to do it, it don't make, I don't know, I mean, like, from Crash Bandicoot 2, you see Cortex falling from his little hoverboard and falling down to the ground. Even though that technically would have been sudden death really, but you know, it's a video game, whatever. And it shows you from that point on, but this ending, what you do here, getting all the gems, it's totally different. You don't see that ending on Crash 2. But I suppose because I suppose they just took in consideration what most of the people would probably do, because probably not everyone would have gone for the 100% and getting all the colour gems, all the gems in the original. I mean, that would have been crazy to do. For everyone to actually gone through and done that. So I suppose if they did put the bonus ending for Crash 2, people would be like, hold on a minute, where did this come from? I didn't get this ending from Crash Bandicoot 1, where did this come from? So I suppose it's understandable why they did just go with the normal ending to opposed to the secret ending / real ending of Crash Bandicoot 1. So I suppose I can understand that. A little slight thing they have changed from the original and all compared to the N.Sane Trilogy on the Great Hall is, as you've seen there when I briefly showed you, it's like clear gems on the floor pad and you just basically hop along on each of them platforms there. So what it used to be was every single gem what you had in the original, you hopped along to like one after another, and then eventually you'll come to like the final pathway, which is all your coloured gems. So the blue gem, the red gem, etc, etc, and you go through all those, and then you finally go to the last part where it shows you the true ending behind the curtain. This one they've cut down a bit, so a little thing they've changed. Instead of going through every single gem, it's not as long and not as tedious going through all the jumps, I suppose. It's probably went on a bit too long, and they did cut out all of the coloured gems routes for the final section. So I thought that was a bit of a shame. I think they should have left that little part in there, so it just shows that you've gotten all the coloured gems and they're all there just before the final moment, the final ending. I think they should have just kept that one in there, but hey, whatever, innit? One of those, I mean, we still get it. Such a shame that Torna Bandicoot never made a return though. I know there's a few little Easter eggs what you see in Crash 3 where he's got a look as a picture on the side on the mantelpiece next to just above the fireplace. Like a little picture. That's like a little Easter egg to Torna Bandicoot. But I did hear about a few things back in the day that apparently Torna Bandicoot did split up with Crash and went with Pinstripe. I don't know how true that is, but I remember hearing about a few little rumours about that. But yeah, whether it's true or not, I'm glad she is back, but not the way I wanted her. I know they've got that thing about Crash 4 where it's like another dimension, it's not the same Torna Bandicoot as the original, blah blah blah. But yeah, hopefully she does make a return to the original roots, shall we say, the original design as well. So now the credits are all stopped rolling now. We are going back to the first world, Jungle Rollers, which is our first clear gem what we have missed. So we're going back to that one now. Getting all the boxes this time round. I'm finally picking up that clear gem. Nice and easy level, if I remember back. Very easy. Of course, not to forget, we got to do the bonus stages, of course, like before. Avoid the spinning wheels. Avoid the piranha plants. And this is where it was then, the green gem, what we required for this one. I think there's like a couple of extra lives at the top here. Yeah, 3 extra lives. Not bad, not bad. Not like we need any extra lives anyway. 99 lives. Like we really need them. Whatever, I'll take them. They're there. There we go then. Nice. Yeah, so I think there's about 3 clear gems in the first world, what we got to do. And I think about another 3 or 4 on the next one. I think there may be 1 more on the last world. But yeah, now it's time to really talk about the my next Let's Play then, guys, because Crash Bandicoot 1 is coming to an end then. Yeah, so it's looking like I'm probably going to do Man-Eater for my next Let's Play. Not sure if I want to do commentary for that one, or I could just change it up and just do a simple walkthrough of that one. If I am going to do commentary for that one, I may decide to do it live rather than commentary over it. I'm not sure yet whether I want to do it. We'll see. Or the other option is I could carry on with the Crash franchise and do Crash Bandicoot 2 and continue on the story. What we've finished right now. So that's another option we could do. So the next one is the Great Gate, which is our second secret hidden gem we're going to get. I think what required for this one was the red gem, if I remember correctly. It takes you up into the sky, just above the clouds. Another extra life, we'll get that, why not? Another easy level really. I mean, first, it's obviously on the first island, so it is going to be easy. It's not like the third area. Nice and easy. Another Aku Aku mask. Makes it even easier for us. What I might do as well, lads, just before I wrap up with Crash Bandicoot 1, I'm going to do like a little bonus video for you. So just when I finish the Let's Play here, get everything done, I'm going to do like a little extra thing for you. So I'm going to go through all the bosses again, and I'm going to do like a separate video. I'm going to go through every single boss and just do like a little compilation of compilation, whatever, and basically do all the bosses in Crash Bandicoot 1 and just have that as like one video. So if you want to just watch me beat all the bosses again in just one video, I'm going to do that just to wrap up Crash Bandicoot 1, so it's fully completed and done. Just another easier, quicker way to use to watch certain sections if you want. Oh no, not the red gem, look, got that one wrong. The yellow gem, of course it's got to be a different colour for what I've said. It's not the red gem. We've got to climb another little high section here. Must be the other Great Gate part, I think. That's the one I'm thinking of, where you go up in the sky, into the clouds. I think it's the last level on the first island, I think. That's where it is. Just double checking, just in case there's no hidden boxes just above there. Don't forget to spin the jump box there. I don't think there's anything at the back there, because I did have a little check around the back there. I think it's just like an extra life you can pick up, just like in the future level really. It's nothing too much. Oh, here there. So here I'll just double check that there's nothing. I think there's, for the second section here, I think there is one hidden box here. It's like an extra life you got to spin. So when we get to the end part here, I think there's one. I think there's one here, unless I've already got it. No. Whatever, anyway. I'll just double check if it's just the extra lives, whatever. But yeah, what do you guys think anyway? Do you reckon Maneater or Crash Bandicoot 2? What do you reckon? Just prepare, like I say, we are waiting for the big games to come out, so there'll be a lot of uploading being done there, guys. So make sure you check back for those. I know I've said that before, sound like a broken record a bit there, but it's true, man. I mean, it's going to be happening, so I just want you to make sure you don't forget and make sure you check that out. Right, so yeah, Maneater, I have got a bit of DLC, free DLC what I had with that one. I think I got, I think you become like a tiger shark skin you can get, where you get more. Basically what that does, it's just like a skin for your shark, so you get your normal skin for the bull shark, and what that little tiger skin basically look like a tiger shark all in orange, and it does give you a few benefits though. You get like 5% more for all your nutrition points you can get. So you can get 5% more nutrition, 5% more meat, all the other few ingredients you can actually get for, like, because you got different like food types what you can actually focus on, and you get 5% for all your stats really, and it helps you a lot to level up that much quicker, especially when you get like eating bigger sharks, because you do fight other sharks as well. One of them is the great white, one of them's the hammerhead shark, and of course we'll be fighting whales as well, so that's another thing. But that's like later on in the level in the game, not the level, the game. That's like the final section of the game, because as you can imagine, the whales are the toughest part of the game, and got the most health and the biggest animal to take on. You also have apex predators as well in that game. You also have normal ones, what you come across in the ocean, and you also have apex ones as well, which is more deadly, has more health, of course, more brutal, more aggressive, and even bigger than the normal versions of itself. But if you take on them, you also get upgrades for your shark, which is always handy. The main focus of the game is getting bigger and stronger. It's also badass as well when you start evolving and getting more badass and more powerful. It's always more satisfying, that typical RPG elements of it. But yeah, that's an idea. I might do, we'll see. So we're on our next one now, which is Upstream. It's our third secret clear gem. Another easy one, not too difficult. The only hard part really is making sure you land on them yellow gem paths. Make sure you actually touch them without dying. So the last thing you want is to die on there. And just basically beat the rest of the level. Not too difficult really at all. Another one of them. There's another two hidden boxes here we can get on this yellow gem path. And that's like 2 levels now, any what required the yellow gem so far. But I think that's it now. I'm sure it's probably going to move on to another coloured gem colour. Avoid the plants. Try to kill you on their own accord without you actually stepping on those. Let's run through this last section there. Pick up the clear gem, and there you go, done. That'll be 95% complete now. 21 coloured gems, 21 clear gems collected. So yeah, lads, Oh yeah, while I'm here as well, which I forgot to do at the beginning of the game, I just thought, you know what, I'll just add Coco to the party, even though I'm not going to use her. But whatever. Fourth one, Rolling Stones. Another easy level. Again, first world, first area, so very easy, as you can imagine. One of them is on the boulder level as well, so we have got to go through another boulder section again. Don't forget to pick up that embryo logo as well, guys. If you remember back in part 1, you won't be able to get the gem otherwise. So yeah, Man-Eater then. It's definitely required, like I say, with Man-Eater. We start off as a small shark. The story, there's not much really to that story. It's just a revenge plot, really. Very similar to the Jaws game, as I said and mentioned before in another part of this. But it's really good. I mean, one thing that probably could have added to that game, really, instead of just playing as a bull shark, I think they should have given you the option so you could play as a great white. Or maybe a tiger shark if you wanted to, you know what I mean? So always just some more options for you, I reckon they could have done. But I suppose it would be probably too similar to Jaws Unleashed then if they'd done that. I reckon that's probably why they missed out on it and left it out, which I can understand, I suppose. So this one, overall though, lads, I reckon this one is about 40 minutes long, this video is going to be. What I remember. No, not 40 minutes, 50 minutes. So it's going to be another longish episode. But, you know, I put it in there. You know, I didn't want to make this another part. I wanted to just try and wrap this up and get this one finished and fully completed. I was disappointed that I couldn't fit Cortex in and them last 2 levels on that last part, because that would have made it more complete and all of the last island completed. But, you know, I mean, for whatever reason, PlayStation don't allow you to do more than 60 seconds, which is a shame. Yeah, let's get that embryo done. Another 6 lives gained, like we need them. But we'll take those anyway, why not? Took the hidden pathway there as well. That one's done. And we'll pick up our 4th clear hidden gem. Yeah, I hope everyone's enjoyed this short little let's play for Crash Bandicoot 1 now, lads. It's been quite fun for me. I've enjoyed going through this memory path again. Going back to the old school Crash Bandicoot, you know, you can't really beat that. I mean, it's classic. I still remember it well back in the day from the old school PS1 days. I used to play it freaking hours back in the day. All the old Crash Bandicoot games. Crash Bandicoot 1, 2. I probably like number 2 is my favourite Crash Bandicoot game. Definitely. More than 3 for me. It only had like very small amount of vehicle levels, shall we say. And mostly platforming, which Crash should be mostly platforming anyway, which I think. But with Crash 3, they did put a bit too many vehicle levels in and not enough platforming, I think, which I think kind of like ruined it a bit for me with Crash, which put me off a bit more. I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, some of the vehicle levels were alright, I didn't mind them. It was a bit of a, I suppose they wanted to change things up a bit, so instead of it all being platforming, they wanted to give something fresh and new for the time. And you know, it was pretty cool riding on a motorbike back then. I love the little Easter egg what they had back in the day in Crash Bandicoot Warped when they was advertising it. What they was advertising, they had Crash Bandicoot on his like motorbike, on his road bike. They had Coco on the back, and they had him like with his like Wampa gun. Wampa bazooka gun, and they actually made like in a design Crash Bandicoot as like a Terminator, because Terminator 2 it was out in 1991, but they had like Crash Bandicoot was like the Terminator with the like red eye, one red eye, which was pretty cool, and I thought it was so badass back in the day. And I really do miss like them little things what they used to do back then. Crash Bandicoot 2 as well. I had so many memories with that one. Turtle Woods was. I remember playing that when I first got my PS1 roughly. I think Crash Bandicoot 2 was one of my first games, along with what was it now? I think Rayman 1 and Spyro 2. That's what I think I had for Christmas. What I remember, Spyro 2. That's another classic game. What was amazing. I know they did actually make a remake of that one as well, just like they did with the N.Sane Trilogy. Spyro 1, 2 and 3. They were amazing and all. But again, for that one, just like Crash Bandicoot franchise, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, or as what we used to call it in the UK version, was Gateway to Glimmer. Whatever reason, I don't know why they called it that. Me personally, I much prefer Ripto's Rage. It sounds a lot more badass, to be honest. Gateway to Glimmer is just like, yeah, whatever. It's not really badass name, if you ask me. And also as well, I mean, they named it after the first level of what you play as in Spyro 2 as well. It's a pretty forgettable level as well, to be honest. But Ripto's Rage, I mean, that sounds a lot more badass, if you ask me, and also he's the last boss and the main villain of the game, which makes sense. But Spyro, I mean, they had their own like bad games as well after the PS1 era. Just like with Crash Bandicoot, very similar to each other really overall. I mean, Crash Bandicoot started to go downhill in the PS2 era. I mean, with Crash to Insanity, that's when he went goofy and yeah, not good. I didn't really like it. I liked more the serious tone to it, shall we say. Cortex being serious. I mean, I know it is still like a rated E for everyone, kiddish, but it's made for kids, isn't it? So, you know, but even still, I mean, it was made for everyone, really. I mean, I think they made it a bit too kiddified, you know, which I think ruined it. I think they should have kept it more for like teenagers. It had a bit more dark twist to it, and you know, more of like a, you know, especially with Crash Bandicoot 1. I mean, that was like dark. I mean, back then, like, you know, some of the dark tones of it. I mean, you couldn't really beat that, really. With the N.Sane Trilogy, they did brighten it up a lot of the levels, make it not too dark for the kids to play and be scared of it. Because I mean, playing Crash Bandicoot 1 as a kid, like, it was quite scary, man. I mean, I remember I was a bit scared of Crash Bandicoot 1 on some of the things. And the music as well, not just the level design, but also the music as well. That's what also made it even more scary as well. I mean, for example, like I stated earlier, the boulder levels. Now that music had absolutely menacing music, and that just added fuel to the fire, pretty much what made it more terrifying. And also Cortex as well, the final boss with Cortex. It was like dark, you know, the atmosphere was like burning everywhere, the castle was burning. You didn't have all these bright colours like you see in the N.Sane Trilogy everywhere. It was like dark, gloomy, really like place you didn't want to be in, like, you know, scary atmosphere. And like for like someone who's 6 years old playing the game, you know, it was quite intimidating, man. It was scary shit. I remember it well. Yeah, now we're on what's this now? Fifth clear gem. We're back on the high road, which is one of the first icy bridge levels what we had to come back to, and this one required the red gem for this one. So glad I got Slippery Climb out of the way. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. I remember it being worse. Maybe I'm just referring to the old school PS1. Maybe it was just, I don't know. Maybe it was the controls back then. Maybe they were a bit more tanky, you know, more tanky controls, more awkward. Because I know the old school PS1 didn't have like analog control. You gotta remember that, lads. It didn't allow for analog control back then. I think Crash 2, Crash 3 allowed for analog control, but the original one was just D-pad only, so you can imagine it was more tanky controls. Similar to like the old school Resident Evils, if you remember playing the Resident Evil 1, 2, 3. They all had tank controls, there was no analog support back then. So you had to rely on like left, right, up, down, and especially the controls for Resident Evil 1 and 2. Also for Resident Evil 1, I mean, you had to, if you wanted to move like left or right, you had to like run, but it was like really like janky. That's the word I was looking for, janky. And it weren't like smooth as like you see like modern games. You could easily like glide through it. This one is a lot more. It was like its own skill itself, really, to actually have. But yeah, I mean, back then it was just like a different era, man, of skill back then. I remember back on like the N64 days as well. I mean, I had a PS1 when I was little, and I remember my cousin, he had an N64, and I used to go around. He used to play his N64, and we used to play a lot of the games back then. A lot of them was Banjo-Kazooie. I loved Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie is one of my all-time favourite games. Still is to this day. Also, I played GoldenEye. We had Ocarina of Time. I used to like playing, even though I didn't have a clue what I was doing. Because I used to like playing on his file a lot of times, because he had. I was like really young back then, because I was only like 7, 8 years old when Ocarina of Time came out. So when I used to play around his, I used to go on his file, and he used to have everything done. So he had all the power-ups, he had all the hearts gathered on Zelda Ocarina of Time. He had all the upgrades, all the items. I used to go on his file and just blast through it. I even tried having to go on my own file and going through, but I used to get lost constantly because I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I used to always say, like, you know, where do I go for this one? Where do I go now? Like, you know, and I used to always like point the direction where I need to go and all sorts, really. But yeah, Ocarina of Time, still one of my all-time favourite games of all time. I played the remake many years later on the 3DS, and I actually went through the whole game myself. And I got every single hearts in the game. Absolutely loved it. I mean, going through that again, I'd go for that any day. Any day. If I had a Nintendo Wii or a Switch, shall we say, I would actually go through Ocarina of Time for you guys. I mean, I'd love to do a Let's Play of Ocarina of Time if I could. But sadly, at the moment, I've only got a PlayStation 5 at the moment, so I'm only able to do PlayStation games as such. If I ever get like a PC in the future, a really high-end PC, and I can get something sorted, if you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying, guys. If I get something sorted and I get something sorted for that, I may just do an Ocarina of Time walkthrough or a Let's Play in the future for you guys if you want to see that. But that probably will be a bit later on, or you know, whenever I get a PC, whenever that is. But yeah, I mean, and same for like Banjo-Kazooie as well. I mean, Banjo-Kazooie is probably it was one of my favourite games of all time. That was my first ever game properly playing when I got into gaming. My first ever game I ever played was on the Mega Drive, I think it was, and that was Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I played all three actually. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2 and 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. I played all three of those. But what really got me into gaming, mainly, was when my cousin had the N64 and he introduced me to Banjo-Kazooie and Ocarina of Time, and of course GoldenEye. Those three. Also F-Zero X, that was another one. I really enjoyed that one. It was like a high-speed racing game, if you ever played that. Crazy, Big Blue, amazing music on the N64. I mean, it was amazing music back then. Yeah, I mean, like, I think there was a few games that I played on the N64, but I remember mostly was Banjo-Kazooie what I used to play. Along with GoldenEye, I used to play a bit of multiplayer. I used to go around my cousin's house and we used to play GoldenEye. Sometimes we'd have his friends coming round and we used to play like 4-player on like a little 15-inch TV. You remember that, guys? 15-inch TVs playing that? If you guys are about the same age as me and having an N64 for yourselves, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you had your pals coming round and you used to like play like on a little big blocky TV, you used to have your AV cables plugged in. Your friends used to come round and you used to have like another like joypad to play on, like the N64 one, the big boomerang controller what we used to have, the N64, which was crazy. We used to plug it in for 2-player, or sometimes if you had enough pads on the N64, you had a 4-player co-op, or not 4-player co-op, 4-player multiplayer, online multiplayer on GoldenEye. Absolutely hectic as heck, man, with proximity mines and oh gosh, man, the amount of fun we used to have on that and craziness what we used to go on. Especially when we used to like how like dual wield like 2 guns at the same time, 2 rocket launchers going on at the same time, going absolutely fucking mental, shooting galore, shooting each other. Everyone was raging galore, like fucking hell, what's going on here? No, how'd you find me? And all that, man. And the other crazy thing was like you used to have like a thing like you could basically make your own like levels as such. What I remember, no, that was Time Splitters. That was where you could make your own levels, weren't it? GoldenEye, you could like make your own like your levels, not levels, like choose like what weapons were allowed on the game and what was allowed. So you could only have like, if you want just rocket launchers only, you could have rocket launchers, and you could set how many kills you are till someone wins, or you could have team deathmatch, whatever. You could have the bots on there as well if you wanted. All absolute madness, all sorts, man. We used to do crazy stuff. And also was like, what we used to do is like jokes. There was a thing where you could put on GoldenEye and you could put it to just slappers only. Slappers is like a slang term in the UK for like, well, I don't want to get a warning by YouTube here, but it's something to do with girls anyway. Who've been around a bit too much with other people, shall we say. That's putting it friendly. But yeah, it was like a little joke what they did for the devs Rareware at the time. They did like a little joke, I think, because they was always playing like jokes on the players back then. Shame they've split up, you know, but that's a whole different video. I could literally go on and on about Rareware and the games what they used to make. I mean, they made Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong 64, of course Banjo-Kazooie, GoldenEye, Conker's Bad Fur Day. That was another great game, amazing. Shame it didn't sell well, but I mean, you know, it's one of those. 100% completed, guys. Just noticed that, 100% completed. Yeah, so basically we've only got, I think we've got 1 more or 2 more levels to go through now, guys, I think. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. No, we ain't. No, we've finished. What am I on about? See, look, I've just been going in my own world here now. We're going on to the Great Hall now, guys. Yeah, basically this is it then. This is the final section of the game, guys. This is the final part. I've literally just been waffling on about all sorts, man, in this part. You had me going on my own world there, guys. When I start going on something, I'll freaking be talking for ages, but yeah. So this is the final section, guys. We've gotten every single gem in the game. We've gotten all of the platinum relics. We've beaten every single boss and beaten every single level. So now I'm gonna show you the secret ending. What's behind the curtain if you've beaten and gotten all the gems. Aye aye. Here we are then. So we meet Crash Bandicoot again this time round, but instead of on the on top of the hot air balloon, she's actually waiting for us just outside the window, along with one of Cortex's little pet birds. And that's pretty much it, guys. 15 seconds of gameplay and, well, of cutscenes, and that's your lot. And you also get a few little extra things as well, just like CTR, what the character's done after Crash Bandicoot 1. Some of the characters do make a return, like I say, in Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. And some of them we never see ever again, like Cola Kong. Here he is, speak of the devil. But yeah guys, this is pretty much it then. I hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot 1. I've certainly hoped you've enjoyed it. I know I certainly have, going on and going through this this classic of a game. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next Let's Play, guys. Thank you for watching and going through all my parts and supporting me. And yeah, I will see you in the next Let's Play, guys, whatever that may be next. Just keep checking back and you'll see where my next part is. Like I say, I'm going to be doing one more special part of this, and that'll be it, guys. 105% completed. See you later, guys.